The Warriors, Radlinski is the fullback. Dallas, Renoff, Connolly and Robinson. Andrew Farrell hasn't trained for 4 sessions, but he takes his place at standoff, the captain, alongside Willie Peters. And the forward pack, Terry O'Connor, Terry Newton, Neil Cowie, Mick Cassidy and Simon Horton. Dennis Betts is the loose forward. And the subs on the bench, Lee Gilmore, Tony Mestrov, Chris Chester, Brady Malem, and the coach, of course, the likeable Frank Endicott. And now the Bradford Bulls. Henry Paul switches to fullback, Nathan McAvoy, David Boyle, Michael Withers and Leon Price, the three-quarter line. Withers injured at Murrayfield, this is his first game since. Robbie Paul is at standoff now, and the outstanding young Paul Deakin is the scrum half. All change in the backs, but just about the same again in the forwards, with the exception that Brian McDermott returns after suspension alongside James Lowson, Paul Anderson. It's Jamie Peacock, Mike Forshaw second row, and the immaculate Brad Mackay is the loose forward. And the substitutes for them, Hudson Smith, Alex Wilkinson, the one name we're not familiar with. He's 17 years of age, what a place to make his Super League debut. Lee Radford and Stuart Fielden, and the coach, the equally likeable Matthew Elliott. Well, this is the scene inside the Wigan dressing room, and look at Neil Cowie there, sitting on the bench, alone with his thoughts and planning what is to come tonight. It's the Bradford Bulls who will be first into this cauldron of noise. They had 6 video decisions, 4 went against them on Friday night against St Helens. It's a patched up side in many ways, but a side that is so dangerous, and they are looking forward to the challenge that Wigan will present to them tonight. They've always found that Wigan a tough nut to crack in Super League. Just 1 win at Wigan in 4 previous attempts. They've lost 5 of the 8 contests in Super League so far. But their supporters are here in numbers, and they are hoping they will cheer their heroes to victory. Terrific crowd from Odsal. They travel in numbers wherever they go, and they're here tonight to make their presence felt. The Challenge Cup winners, of course, the Bradford Bulls, but now the Wigan Warriors. 13 days to prepare for this. Last time out, they lost at Headingley 26-19. They were 19-6 ahead at one stage. But they've won all 8 league and cup contests at the JJB so far this year. This, though, they know, is their toughest test of Super League 5. Big game players, though, in every corner of the pitch here tonight. And emerging through the smoke to the ticker tape welcome, Andrew Farrell and the Wigan Warriors. Steve-O, we have waited for this for weeks. So have the supporters. What a match in prospect.
What a wonderful feeling. And the players surely will respond to this absolutely magnificent crowd that has turned up for this evening. The Battle of the Giants, that is what they're saying. A lot of the Wigan fans, they felt that Bradford, they were supposed to be the juggernauts. They were coming here tonight. And they will be in a real mood tonight. And they've all turned up, even the local Cubs. And aren't they enjoying it? Wonderful atmosphere. It really is a family sport these days.
Match referee is Russell Smith. Big match ref for a big match. And it don't come much bigger than this. Could we be watching a dress rehearsal for Old Trafford on October the 14th? St Helens, Castleford, Hull, Halifax, Warrington, Leeds and the rest might have something to say. But Wigan and Bradford might well be the grand final on the 14th of October. Big night for Paul Deakin. Born not too far away from here, came through the ranks at Hindley, which is very close to Wigan. And away we go. Deakin starts us off. Big, deep kick-off into the corner. Dallas will take the first tackle. And they're there in numbers to greet the Australian wing.
So important that the Bradford Bulls, they get off to a flyer. They know if they get into the face of this Wigan outfit, that they can be repelled.
It looks as though Matthew Elliott has sold everyone a dummy here, because Michael Withers has immediately dropped to fullback. Henry Paul has moved to his accustomed standoff position alongside Robbie Paul. And there's the big kick downfield from Willie Peters, and it's going to be Withers who will pick it up at full-back, and he will run it back at this Wigan wall. Good chase by the Wigan defence.
Matthew Elliott, the Bulls coach, quite happy with the return, of course. Brian McDermott from suspension, and the man who'll just play the ball, Michael Withers, so strong. And don't be surprised if they interchange Henry Paul going back to full-back. They'll bring Withers up into the line. That, I'm sure, within the first 20 minutes.
Here's Paul Anderson. I thought he was going to play with a white head guard tonight. He's got a bandage around the top of the head. Remember the awful cut on the side of the head he got on Friday night. And here now is Henry Paul. He finds McAvoy. That's a great tackle by Farrell. And the word on Farrell, by the way, he's not trained with Wigan for the past 4 sessions. He's got an injury cloud hanging over him as well. Good crossfield kick from Deacon. Oh, Dallas! Oh, he claimed it at the second attempt. And Dallas sets off.
What a take! Under so much pressure there. You could see Brad Mackay. He did right, did Mackay. He went for the football. They've got to keep an eye on this guy. They know they cannot give him room to move, Jason Robinson. The tension here is absolutely superb, and players from both sides, they are lifting to the occasion.
That was a glimpse of Matthew Elliott, the Bradford Bulls coach, watching as Horton drives the ball in. That's a good, strong tackle. Frank Endicott, Matthew Elliott's opposite number. These are anxious moments for the coaches, the supporters and the players. Just trying to get to the pace of the game. That's the last tackle for Wigan on halfway. Cassidy plays it to Terry Newton, and Newton to Farrell. He scampers forward 10 metres, puts in a towering bomb. Withers is underneath this, no pressure on him really, and Withers launches an attack himself. What a run from Withers! He's on his own though.
Outstanding play, such a strong man as well.
They're flooding forward now, the Bulls. This is Forshaw, wants of Wigan, uploads to Lowe's. Good hands, this is Robbie Paul. Back to Brian McDermott. That's a great attack building here from the Bradford Bulls. Good penalty.
Good quick play, the Bulls. And that's forced Cowie to hang on to the player. McDermott, it was a pretty tough challenge. McDermott leading with the elbow. Cowie hanging on for dear life there. He knows that his Wigan defence was under a lot of pressure. What a beautiful take from Withers. We saw one equal to that from Brett Dallas, but this was an outstanding run.
Well, Michael Withers was injured at Murrayfield. He has missed the last 6 games, and he has returned like he's never been away. Tremendous run that launched that attack. And then Cowie adjudged to have held down in the tackle.
Very close to a professional foul as well, because Bradford made over 40 metres forward there just on 2 play the ball.
Well, Henry Paul was once upon a time with the Wigan Warriors, now very much a Bull, and he's kicked the first points of the night here. Bradford Bull, they have the lead by 2 points to 0, courtesy of the boot of Henry Paul.
Great confidence boost, not just the 2 points, but the fashion that they were awarded that penalty. As I mentioned, 40 metres upfield, leading the way. Michael Withers. Wigan will have to stop kicking the football down that guy's throat.
So early points for the Bulls, kick-off from Farrell, and here comes Brian McDermott. Good charge to the 20-metre line. Head-to-head since 1973, as you can see, Wigan are just shading it. They have a better home record than most against Wigan to the Bulls in 73, but they've only managed 6 wins in Wigan at the old Central Park in the past 27 years. So it's a massive task for the Bradford Bulls, but this year 2000 vintage is up for it. There's no doubt about that.
Well, they're playing out of their skins, and it's been a good start, very solid indeed. That's a lovely kick there from Lowe's.
Stays within the field of play, so Robinson, oh, good chicory little run from Jason Robinson.
He escaped McAvoy.
He continues, by the way, to deny the rumours he's already signed for rugby union. And that's an eagerly awaited decision in both codes. This now is Dennis Betts, and it's been all Bradford in the opposition half so far. Wigan yet to cross the halfway line. They might now with Dallas. He's lost it. Boyle gets it back, and Deacon will attack down the blind side.
Did well, the little halfback knew that there was no way around there. Completely lost it. No interference. Bad mistake. Wigan yet to get into the Bradford half.
Well, a whirlwind start for the Bradford Bulls. That's not the best pass though, and Renouf has swooped. It was in front of Henry Paul. He looks to his left and points an accusing finger, and Betts was almost pointing the way there. Well, what he was saying was that all offside referee, and Russell Smith agreed.
The experience showing there. Former Great Britain international. They're all offside. Referee knows it, and Betts knew it too.
Wigan getting on with it quickly. And that's Terry O'Connor. Now Wigan are inside the Bradford half of the field. In fact, they're in the red zone. It's with Peters, who hands it on to Cowie, and Cowie will drive it in.
Will they opt for the kick early?
Here's Farrell. Farrell looking fresh. Renouf almost through. Good tackling there from Jamie Peacock. It's now with Robinson. Will-o'-the-wisp. Scampering run, almost through. Hauled back. Wigan now within 5 metres. Terry Newton is the dummy half. It's with Willie Peters. Peters short ball. Offloaded by Betts to Cassidy. Have another go. Connolly.
Super work there from Betts. Little short pass. Put him under pressure.
This is Newton who'll score. Terry Newton gets the first try. Scampering run from dummy half. Good work from Newton. Wigan respond with the first try of the night. Terry Newton with the try for Wigan, his 4th of the year. Winner of 2 of 3 matches against the Bulls last year, but in the yellow and blue of Leeds. Now the cherry and white of Wigan.
Superb build-up by the Warriors that fully deserved a 4-point. Good work from the hooker. Use the referee well. Amazing how these professionals are so quick to spot where the referee is. It had to be scored, and he lunges that arm out. Excellent work. They were very slow, but Newton, the hooker, he utilised the referee Russell Smith ever so well. Went down the same gap. Smith had just gone through there. Nothing that Forshaw could do. What an opportunist try from the hooker.
Yes, Terry Newton on one side, James Lowes on the other. We have 2 of the best in the business on view today. Farrell with the conversion attempt. Floating it towards the posts. Hits the posts. Niss with the first Farrell conversion. Wigan ahead 4-2.
But you can see how Bradford, they're not having a tight first and second marker. There's a heck of a gap between the 1 and 2. And that has allowed Newton the opportunity, that extra metre forward, to poach the first try of the game. Not noticed for his try scoring. His opposite number is James Lowes, but he'll be pleased with that.
Well, he's never played much better than this in his life, Terry Newton, and that was a great try. That's a great kick-off. Cassidy couldn't do anything about that. It skimmed past him. There was a light shower here just before the start. Frank Endicott not too impressed with that.
And he's every right to be disappointed. There was a massive gap there. In fact, Cassidy, look at the gap between Connolly and anyone else. Well, that is very weak marking from a kick-off position.
So an opportunity for Bradford to strike back. Robbie Paul to brother Henry. They know all about him. Good spin, great support from Robbie. Back it goes to Nathan McAvoy. Renouf gets him. Renouf pouches him in the tackle. Lowes is there. This now is Henry Paul. Here's Mackay. And Brad Mackay is cut down quickly. Quick play the ball again. Lowes on the charge goes Jamie Peacock.
Good work from Farrell, it had to be.
Anderson, the big man.
So close. The scrambling defence outstanding from the Warriors.
Lowes stabbing it through. Collected though by Radlinski, and I think he's trapped in goal.
Not happy, Matthew Elliott, but the option was good. He fumbled with it to the full-back, Radlinski, but Lowes does ever so well. That's great strength. They'll get the ball back from the dropout. Such a character, reads the game so well, does James Lowes. He'll be up for this. His opposite has scored a try. He'll be after one himself.
Just 1 or 2 problems for Chris Radlinski as Andy Farrell prepares to take this goal line dropout. Radlinski hurt as he was forced back over the try line. That's why we get the dropout. It's a good dropout too, to the 40-metre line in the Bradford half of the field, trundled back by McDermott. But Wigan will be buoyed by the fact, Steve-o, one sortie into the Bradford Bulls half and they came up with a try.
The opportunity there, just a little punch thrown there by Cowie. This is warming up. McAvoy would have felt that as well, but that is great defence. One thing that Wigan has got this season, their scrambling defence is superb.
Another penalty. And Terry Newton is the man that Russell Smith is pointing at.
Well, more of a flop by Betts, I feel. He came in late and then just stopped him. Cowie has a punch. There you saw it, only a little one. But it made the mark. Either way, this must be a gift 2 points. Well, I get the impression, Eddie, that every time Bradford are applying the pressure, Wigan deliberately are giving the penalty away. It's an unusual ploy.
It's a risky ploy if that's contained in Frank Endicott's game plan.
Well, is it just a coincidence that they have stopped the roll from the Bulls on 2 occasions?
Henry will accept those all night, though. The score's a level at the JJB Stadium. Henry Paul with another 2 points, and Matthew Elliott anxious. You can see the leg moving there, the nerves, and Frank Endicott alongside Dean Bell absolutely impassive a bit further up the stand.
We'll be pleased with the fact that the first real launch, as you've just mentioned, Eddie, that they come up with the first try of the game. But you often wonder about the discipline, or whether that is a ploy to try to upset Bradford. To be fair, Bradford are playing the ball extremely quickly. They are getting over the advantage line with ease.
Well,
it's only the scrambling defence from Wigan that's keeping them out.
Looking round this stadium, I think we will be posting a new record crowd at the JJB tonight. It's wonderful from up here. Wonder what it's like at Pickside. Bill.
Oh, it's crackling, Eddie. It's one of those games where you need one of those things that the kids have in their N64s, a rumble pack, because the atmosphere and the tension is really, really crackling. And there's been a lot of talk about the lack of atmosphere at this stadium since it opened, but I can tell you what, there's no lack of atmosphere tonight. They reckon they are certainly on course for a new record, about 17,000 in. Bradford Bulls have brought 3,000 with them, but the Wigan public have responded massively as well.
They have indeed, and Bill, we'd like to respond. We're probably near a pensionable age than you. What pleases a rumble pack?
Eddie, it's a gizmo that you plug into your N64, but I'll probably have to explain what an N64 is as well, so this could take some time.
All right, well, we go across the M62 normally, but anyway.
M64.
New road's just been opened, and it's brought 3,000 people from Bradford to Wigan, and they're watching what could well be one of the games of the season.
I thought a rumble pack was something after you had Kerry.
Well, always want to bring it down to base levels. This now is Cassidy. Penalty, offside, Bradford.
4 to 5 he could select from as well, referee Russell Smith. They want to get on with it. Oh, there was at least half a dozen. Made no attempt to come level with the yellow-shirted Russell Smith. This is building up into a wonderful match.
Yes, it's tight as a drum also. It's 4-all, and Cassidy taking on Mick Forshaw. Forshaw, who began his career as a Wigan player. This is Dennis Betts. Most capped forward in British Test history are watching there. Peters onto Andy Farrell. Wide it goes to Simon Horton. Simon Horton getting through Henry Paul, but not away from Robbie, and finished off by McAvoy.
He only knows one thing, doesn't he? That's a run at the defence. Gate crashes way through.
Good ball back that from Farrell to Robinson. Henry's missed him. So too did James Lowes. Good job that Robbie was there, and he's hanging on. That could have been a penalty. It's now with Willie Peters. He'll float the kick out wide, looking for Dallas over there. Leon Price is up there. The ball breaks. Oh, if it bounced for Dallas, he was in.
They were all over the shot there.
David Boyle's got it back for Bradford.
Leon Price made a real meal of it. Deliberately knocked back there by the centre, Gary Connolly. This really should have been try time if it just bounced the right way. It didn't. It went away from Dallas.
Oh, and Bradford having the errors forced upon them by this ferocious Wigan defence. Henry Paul tackled by Andy Farrell. And I can tell you that Chris Radlinski, the last line of Wigan defence, is struggling. He's limping. And the referee's not happy with the tackle that came in then from Neil Cowie.
Well, they got a little bit too high there. It's a bit of a swing from Robinson. Certainly caught, and Cowie was high as well.
Well, Wigan with 13 days rest to prepare for this. Bradford with that frenetic battle against St Helens just behind them in the mud on Friday. So this is the most eagerly awaited match of the Super League year so far, and Matthew Elliott watching on. And Brian McDermott is pointing a finger, and he's not too happy with Terry Newton. McDermott just back into this Bradford side after a one-match suspension.
Well, that'll add a little bit extra spice, won't it? McDermott, he wanted to get on with anything but the rugby league game.
Well, we've had Dennis Betts pointing the finger at the Bradford defence and getting the penalty. Now we've had McDermott pointing the finger and getting nothing. High kick. Henry Paul's after it, but it's claimed by Robinson, and he sees a bit of space ahead of him. Great tackle back. That was. And it was by Peacock. This, though, is Cowie.
Good work from Peacock. Robinson took it ever so well. Now it's Wigan's turn. They are now approaching this solid Bradford defence.
Willie Peters looks wide and finds Farrell. He then gives it to Horton, spins off McDermott. Can't get away from the next man in. And it's Mike Forshaw.
Bradford's defence, they're moving up so quickly. Maybe the little chip over the top.
Here's Cassidy. Flying tackle on him by Anderson and by Boyle.
Will they go to Price's wing yet again?
It's the last tackle. They're coming this way. No, it's an up and under down the middle. Farrell was after it, but well claimed by Withers. He's off. Withers.
That was great refereeing by Russell Smith. The first two in attendance there was shouted back by the referee, said they were encroaching the 10 metres. That's the reason why he gave Withers all the chance, and he made valuable yards forward. Great to see the officials do that.
Henry Paul popped that up for Nathan McAvoy. McAvoy took a real shiner.
There's some big hits going on out there. Leading the way, the hooker, Terry Newton. It's amazing what an early try can do to lift your game, lift your confidence.
That's the last tackle on Brian McDermott. Here now is Henry Paul. Oh, that's a wasted pass, and Bradford have lost ground. Deacon on halfway, gets the kick in. But Robinson is back there at full-back because Radlinski has struggled and has gone off the field. Gilmore has come on, and Robinson now operating at full-back. Here's Gilmore, first touch since he's come on. And Gilmore, Young Player of the Year not long ago. But I wonder whether the fact that Robinson's had to go back to full-back, Steve, and Radlinski is off, I wonder whether that lessens the threat from this Wigan three-quarter line.
Well, it certainly will, but I must say the Bulls are getting away with a lot of leaning on it to play the ball. Crowd are getting a little bit upset by it, so therefore the players will do. Who was nearly through enough there.
So close, good ankle tack on him. It's Gilmore, back it goes to Farrell. Farrell up the outside of the boot. Withers just traps it easily, and he'll launch another Bradford attack. Gets to the 40-metre line.
Not the best kick there from Farrell. And surely they've got to change their tactics. They're obviously trying to apply the pressure to Michael Withers. Ooh, that looked like a stray knee from Cassidy.
And McAvoy wasn't held. That's why Cassidy was able to come in for the second snap. This is James Lowe's now. And he gives it to Deacon. Deacon then wide. It goes to Mackay. There's a space for Mackay. Deacon is there in support.
Superb pass on the inside. Combination. Deacon and Mackay. That'll be a knock on. And Fielder not too impressed. Well, that just shows you the tension that's out there. And Mr. Price got the evil eye from Mr. Fielder.
I mentioned Young Player of the Year when I talked about Lee Gilmore. There's the reigning Young Player of the Year, Leon Price. And he almost broke the mould because it's been with Wigan youngsters so many times in the past. Men like Gilmore, Farrell, Robinson, Betts and company. All former Young Players of the Year, but Leon Price up there with the best, and here's another ex-Young Player of the Year. Robinson gives it to Renoff, and he's halted by Withers, and Renoff is hurt there.
Big hit from Withers. Legal too. He's down as Renoff.
Bradford enjoying the greater possession. Renoff just a little bit groggy as he takes his place, as the attack swings the other way with Cowie.
This is a better option from Wigan. They'll start utilising the big forwards upfield, trying to suck this defence in from Bradford into the central area. Then they can get it out to the speedsters, Dallas and Robinson.
It's with Willie Peters now, and he finds Simon Horton, always willing to carry the battle forward, Horton. But good defence from Peacock, from Fielden and from Lowe's. It's back now with Andy Farrell on the halfway line. He dinks it over the top, but McAvoy is well positioned for that. Poor kick from Farrell, but he follows it up, and McAvoy comes away from a big hit by Farrell.
That's a second back kick from the Wigan skipper. Well, a lot of mystery surrounding Farrell in regards to what type of injury. He's missed the last 4 training sessions, but I get the impression it may be something to do with his kicking leg, because the last 2 have been awful.
McDermott pops it back to Jamie Peacock. More tackles gone on halfway. Bradford. Lowe's to Boyle. Talking of Boyle, this match is doing exactly that. It's boiling along. And Deacon with the kick tried to angle that towards the corner. It will probably, I was going to say probably skip dead, but it stands up in the in-goal area, and Robinson does well to make 10 metres.
Good kick and chase. Matthew Elliott, the Bradford coach, must be quite happy with the opening 20 minutes at least. Just a couple of mistakes.
He will be.
The forward pass from Liam Price, he wouldn't be too impressed with.
Well, you remember that Neil Harmon has been released. Bernard Dwyer retired last week. So the squad for Matthew Elliott is a little bit thinner than he maybe envisaged at the start of the season. Peters with the big kick downfield into open territory. Withers will gather 15 metres from his own line. Peters leading the charge, but it wasn't a great chase.
Did well there. Willie Peters dissected the winger and the full back. At least he turned Withers around on that occasion. And that's what you've got to do with an outfit like Bradford. You've got to make sure that they're going backwards. That's the first real scamper we've seen from James Lowe's. More of that, please.
He gets the balls to the halfway line. Robbie Paul, the dummy half. Deacon, Boyle just juggled with it and lost momentum and lost the ball.
And that's a second big mistake within the space of 4 minutes.
Good hit from Betts.
It was 1-on-1 either way, but it appeared as though he lost control at the last moment. Such a solid player. It's a good combination. Of course, we expected Boyle and Withers to be working the centre position, but straight after the kick-off, it was Withers that went back to the full-back position.
Farrell tackled by his opposite number, Brad Mackay. Run off dummy half. Robinson has chimed in. Spins away from those would-be tacklers. Dances his way to Fielden. Fielden envelops him with the tackle. Gets a pat on the back from McDermott. It's with Newton now, and here's Willie Peters. Gives it to Cassidy. Wigan looking to prise open this Bradford defence, which has stood firm apart from the 1 try they conceded to Terry Newton. Now then, Neil Cowie.
To be fair, both sides are playing a very flat attack.
Peters looking left and finding Farrell. He misses out one and finds Renoff. Bit of space here for Renoff. Gilmore was in support. Tackle was needed to be good and was from Henry Paul. Gilmore then to Andy Farrell. High kick out wide, another tester for Leon Price, and he takes it well, but that's a great tackle back by Dallas. Bundle Price over the in-goal line.
That's better from the Wigan skipper. There's a kick through there. Crowd weren't too happy, especially the Bradford fans. Deacon looks as though he was taken out there by Connolly.
I think Connolly was Deacon rather was trying to protect Leon Price.
That's the way it's seen by the officials. Great work though, Brent Dallas. Knew he couldn't get to the football, but that was a much better kick by the Wigan skipper, Andrew Farrell. He's the speedster. He's got all the experience in the world. Makes you wonder, Eddie, whether Farrell will make the full 80 minutes.
You might well have seen a little bit of this fella, Brett Dallas, on old footage in the Queensland jersey in the state of origin that was played out this morning our time. There's a penalty here for Wigan. Oh, and 10 metres further forward for Jimmy Lowe's having a word out of place with Russell Smith. Farrell has dropped it. That's on the first tackle. Oh, and it's on Lowe's and Farrell.
Oh, they butted him. They're into it. Cowie's gone straight to McDermott. They are swinging them from all over. They're still having a go. Lowe's was held by 3 players. He still found time to get the right arm out. Still plonked one off. They're on the deck. They're all over. The crowd are getting louder. Hard to hear yourself think out there.
Well, Russell Smith has got quite a schmozzle to sort out here. Now then, let's look for clues.
Well, that's a knock-on from Farrell. It'll be a head and feed, but there's a punch in there. But the bad thing about it, Farrell goes with a head. Now, it was very late with someone coming through. Lowe's through the first, and then Farrell went in with a head. This will be on report. Little doubt about that. An all-in brawl.
Well, the whole thing, I'm sure, will be placed on report, but I wonder if there is any more stern action to be taken here.
Well, you can see that Fielding was very, very late in. Lowe's certainly through the first, and because they were holding him back, Andy Farrell went into it. You can see Newton and McDermott having a real old ding-dong. And rather cautiously, referee Russell Smith was just... And that's a good option.
Fielding's the man who goes off for the flop. That's for the first offence, I suppose. He's got him for the flop.
And it was. So this will be a penalty to Wigan. Well, he's confused, but the officials have got it right. And surely he's going to put this on report.
Shut up and let me get the other man up. Bad.
And Andy Farrell is lucky that it's only yellow.
Well, we saw him lose his cool at Leeds, but this is sheer stupidity.
He's lucky it's not red. The Wigan, Great Britain and maybe England captain.
And we won't hear the last of that.
Was a Wigan knock-off.
Sheer stupidity. That stupid.
Well, suddenly the Bradford supporters have seen what we've seen for the past 5 minutes.
Well, how can you send someone to the sin bin for the flop? I know the first thing was a knock-on, but surely that he's in the sin bin because he's sinned. And yet Bradford has gone back to the first knock-on, which was from Farrell.
So both teams down to 12. And Bradford in possession. Well, I said it right at the start of tonight's match, this game had added spice. And what a lot of old-timers, if you like, say, is there's not a good match until you have a bit of a rumble in the middle. We've had that. But here now goes Robbie Paul.
We do not want headbutts, though.
No, here. But the temperature has risen.
Well, you say that both sides down to 12. I wouldn't have a bet to say it might be 11 shortly.
Yes, there are 1 or 2 short fuses out there. Robbie Paul, that's a good kick. Robinson's after. Oh, Robinson and Gilmore in the way.
They were shouting. Robinson looked at Gilmore.
Well, they can't hear each other. The noise is deafening inside the JJB. They couldn't hear each other.
Only half a yard away. I know it's loud.
I can't hear you.
What? What a big mistake. It was Bradford that were coming up with him earlier. That is a big one.
Nobody's calling. That's the problem. Never mind, they didn't hear each other. Nobody called at all.
Well, you definitely could see that Gilmore did not open the mouth.
Silence is golden, but not at the JJB Stadium. That's Deacon.
Silence is led at the moment.
Here now is Robbie Paul. Showed it to Withers, they all went for him. This is Boyle. Robinson is there and Boyle is swung to the floor on his back. Boyle didn't like that. It's now with Brad Mackay. We've seen this sort of thing so many times before. So has Renouf, who missed it. Cowie gets the tackle in. There are one or two tempers on a short fuse out there. Peacock with the run. Trying to get round pieces, and he has!
Well, good
Desperate
job.
defence from Connolly.
Upper body strength saved it there.
Forshaw! He's short of the line. Short of the line. Play on, says referee Russell Smith.
What will Lowe's do?
It's Boyle. He's held up.
Tremendous defence. One more to go.
What have Bradford got for this last tackle? Oh, nothing. Robinson's come up with it.
No advantage to Wigan, and that's the reason why the referee will put a scrum down. Good work from Cassidy. Wasn't offside. His feet were firmly planted in the in-goal area. And that fella there, Matthew Elliott, realises another golden opportunity has been blown. Was popped up there for Robinson. Spice, you said, Eddie.
Absolutely. There's bags of it. He said they were ready to play, Wigan. Bradford have turned up, and they're not exactly unprepared.
Well, in awful conditions last weekend against St Helens, you would have thought that Bradford players would be out on their feet, but they are matching everything that Wigan, who's had 13 days to prepare for this game.
They're super fit. Peters with the kick over the top with this position A1 again.
But yet again, that is a very poor kick. They are not turning the fullback around. And it must be a concern to Matthew Elliott, to Frank Endicott.
Deacon with space. Price with acres of space. Oh, he's got in for a forward pass.
It wasn't. He's been badly done to.
Referee is blowing the pee out of the whistle.
Well, I don't know how he's got that.
And neither does Matthew Elliott by the looks.
That was an absolute perfect pass out wide. You see clearly, he's well over the 40 metres, and he takes it just half a stride over the 40. Well, if ever the crowd has influenced an official, it was then. That was an absolute perfect pass.
Simon Horton goes off. Leon Price looks at the big screen, waiting to see why he's denied the run.
Nothing wrong with that at all. The guy who passed the ball also took a couple of steps forward, so the momentum rule would come into play.
Well, he did, but then I'm not sure whether I got it right, but it seemed to me that Deacon then sort of skirted backwards, and I wonder whether the referee looked at Deacon and saw where the ball ended up.
He passed the ball virtually just over the line.
I know, I accept that, but I'm just saying, I think that Deacon went backwards after he'd passed it and got away from the would-be tackler. Anyway, they were hard done by Bradford.
So you agree with...
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I'm just trying to make a case for Russell. It's with Cowie.
He's big enough on his own.
Wigan in possession. Chester gets away. Just on the field.
Such a tall fella, they've got to go low down there when Chester is carrying the football.
Here's Dennis Betts. Dennis Betts.
Well, will we see a different angle? Bit of a run.
Down the short side went Gilmore.
Offside.
He was offside.
That'll be the turnover. He went for the scrum to start with. He just got a bit confused there, Russell Smith.
Yes, it bounced off the man rather than the man actually playing the ball.
He was in an offside position, but he failed to touch it. And therefore, when the Wigan player dropped on it, and he was tackled, it was a turnover.
Correct.
Well, the pressure is getting to the official.
Oh, lovely ball from Mackay to Boyle. And Mackay is there again, but so too, around him, was Brett Dallas.
Spotted him well, didn't it? This is turning out into a real arm wrestle. Oh, that was high from Cowie. To be fair to Henry Paul, he just bounced up and got on with the game.
This is Robbie Paul now.
Another high shot there from Cowie.
Ball's bounced kindly for Withers. Oh, great pass. Henry Paul. Oh, that was a poor ball to Mackie.
They play the first knock on. Well, one brilliant pass followed by the pass not so brilliant. It was always dipping there. Mackay was always going to have a bit of a problem.
Farrell waiting to come back to the match after his spell in the sin bin. Terry O'Connor goes off. Double change here by Frank Endicott. Brady Malem and Tony Mestrov come on. Stuart Fielden waiting to return also. Brady Malem, prop against Leeds last week. He's figured in the last 6 in Super League. And he was previously under Frank Endicott at the Auckland Warriors. Tony Mestrov, we all know about him. Not the best pass again, but Gilmore has turned a shambles into a great attack. He's got support. Ah, Renoff takes a tumble. Gilmore still going. Still going, Gilmore, what a run.
Good work by Jamie Peacock, though. He got in the way.
Robinson trying to cheek his way to the line. Ball comes out.
2-on-1, was it? Or 1-on-1? Big decision by the official.
Play on is what he's saying. Play on. 1-on-1, James Lowes.
Lowes tracked the ball out before Boyle joined in the action. That was a big call from Russell Smith, and from the replay, he got it right. Newton was livid with the official.
Forshaw takes the next tackle. 4 apiece at the JJB Stadium in front of what looks like a record crowd. Kick over the top is collected by Robinson. Remember, Radlinski off injured, Robinson now operating at full-back. But that run from Gilmore down this left-hand side was as good as anything Robinson would ever have come up with.
As I say, Peacock just got in the way. And Gilmore was looking to offload. He'd gone back on the inside. Renoff had come on the out.
Well, Tony Mestrov there playing the ball. This is his 100th Super League appearance. He has been absent for the last 6. Talking of being absent, those two have been for nearly 10 minutes, Farrell and Fielden. Here's Betts, hauled down by David Boyle. Last tackle, and we're 25 metres short of the Bradford line. It's with Willie Peters who'll float the high kick out wide. Another test from McAvoy. Drops it. Chester swoops. It's 0 tackle. Wigan 6 to go. What an opportunity. Renoff. Renoff. Still Renoff. Here now Gilmore. Oh, he loses it. Off goes McAvoy. McAvoy's got Robinson to beat. Robinson does well.
He came up with a mistake in the first, McAvoy, and then somehow he comes up with a football in the end. They messed around in this corner, did Wigan.
They've got a man overlap. Boyle. Boyle's taking them on at the middle. He's kicking for Price. Price against Dallas. They're both quick. Dallas is quicker. Dallas cleans up. What fantastic stuff from both sides. No wonder everyone's applauding here.
Lost the ball, Gilmore. McAvoy picked it up. He was a culprit. And then Boyle made the break back on the inside. It was a foot race. And Dallas always had it covered. Under a lot of pressure, he did ever so well there. Price all around him like a rash.
Brett Dallas, 25 years of age. Leon Price, 18 years of age. The older legs won that race, and he's pretty nippy. Farrell has returned to take this goal line dropout. That means Fielden's back as well. We're back up to 13 aside. We're in the Super League. It's the battle of the top spot. Whoever wins tonight, leapfrog Saints at the top of the table. 2 heavyweights of the Super League slugging it out. Mackay, 11 metres short of the line. Lowes, they'll go down the blind side with McDermott. Good tackle by Cassidy. Gets through a ton of work, does Mick Cassidy. Here's Deacon. Deacon, oh, it's a lovely run from Deacon! Oh, what a try! What a fantastic try from Deacon! The grounding is all he's checking, and we can tell him from up here, the grounding was A1. Deacon with the try. Fantastic try from the youngster.
No doubt about it. It's over the whitewash. What a wonderful individual effort there from the little halfback. Step in, slide in, everything under control. That is outstanding play. All brought about by the mistake from Gilmore, the Boyle kick. Then they got the possession.
Well, Paul Deacon waits to see whether he's got the four-pointer. I think the answer is in the affirmative. What say you, video ref? Bradford are ahead.
Fully deserved as well.
A terrific effort from young Paul Deacon. He missed the first 8 of this year, and boy, he's bounced back here.
The English international halfback through the dummy, back on the inside. Beat 5 men to get to the line. They put the pressure on. With the little dummy back on the inside, he accelerates, he leans over. I have got the 4.
And it's about to be turned into 6 because Henry Paul from bang in front adds the extras. It's 10-4 Bradford at the JJB.
See how the defence, they're moving out wide, they're anticipating the pass from Deakin. And as soon as he steps, the cover defence have left him. He has all the skills and the strength. What an effort from this youngster.
Well, this young man was discovered by the Hindley Amateur Club near Wigan. He went to Oldham, and then the Bradford Bulls swooped, and they've got one of the brightest young talents in the British game.
Get out of the way.
And there's another bright young talent in the British game, Stuart Fielden. Now Brad Mackay.
Well, in the olden days, they used to say you had to have the big, old-fashioned style forwards to get you through to win a game. But when you've got these young bucks that Bradford have in their pack, Peacock and Stuart Fielden, they are building in stature game after game, Eddie. The future is rosy.
It is. And here he is again. He's all over the show, is Paul Deacon. That's a great kick too. That's a superb kick, and Robinson had to flick it back. Robinson's on his way now. Cut down in the end by Robbie Paul.
That's been the difference between the two sides. Bradford's kicking game, they have been turning Wigan around. Good work though by Robinson to keep it alive.
It's now with Gary Connolly. Great ball, back it goes to Malem. On it goes to Newton. Newton then. He has found Willie Peters.
Risky pass with only seconds remaining to the half-time break.
Here's Nestrov. They've still got a bit of time left here, Wigan, and Farrell knows it. He's seen the seconds counting down. This will be the last play of the ball of this first half. It's a hoisted kick by Newton. Withers claims it. He's been magnificent tonight for Bradford so far. Terrific claim of the bomb. Frank Endercott's quickly out of his seat to get into the dressing room to talk to his players. Fantastic.